This is wildlife biologist Eric Orr for What's Wild in New Hampshire. I've got Lieutenant Jim Kneeland here today. I'm up to the Region 2 office, the hatchery here at New Hampton 2, and Jim has been at it a while. Jim, tell us how long you've been at it, and well, how'd you get this far?
Well,
You've been here a while, you just told me, so tell me that.
so yeah, I was hired back in May of 1992, so I'm working on my 30th year here
Wow.
with the department. So I originally come from the state of Maine. I went to Unity College, and I've wanted to be a game warden since
Whereabouts in Maine?
I grew up in Wyndham around the Sebago Lake area.
Okay.
We were fortunate enough to have a camp up in northern Maine.
Oh, yep.
And at the age of 13, I met a Maine game warden that'd come into camp, and from that day forward, that's what I had wanted to do.
Good
so
for
I
you.
drove through high school and college, and in an effort to become a game warden, and New Hampshire is where I got hired first.
Yep.
Probably with the dream that I'd always end back
In
working
Maine.
in the state of Maine, but I like it here. And started my career here in 1992 in the southern part of the state in the Milford Patrol, and had a great time. It was
Yep.
a great place to learn. It was full of activity.
Well, isn't that something down there?
Right.
Just every day is something different.
It was amazing. The activity I got into, as a young guy, looking to wrote a lot of tickets,
Yeah.
and found a lot of violations, and had good fun. And then with the retirement of Bill Finney here in the Newfound Lake area, I moved up here in 1995.
Okay, so
And
3 years later.
served in this patrol for till about 10 years ago,
Yep,
when I got promoted to the District 3 Lieutenant.
yep, nice.
And that's
nice.
what I've been serving as for the past, I guess, 9 to 10 years.
So tell me a little bit about I'm going to go over here and rest on the other side of my truck here, and tell me a little bit about changes you've seen over that 30 years, and particularly, you and I were just talking, more recent changes.
Well, I mean, it has changed. That's primarily, and how my career has gone has been the biggest change, but I think even the job has changed some.
Okay.
I mean, the cell phone has changed it dramatically. I mean, when I first came on and they needed to get in touch with you, you'd find your way to a landline somewhere to
Yep.
make a phone call into headquarters, or
Okay.
they give it to you on the radio. Now it's just everything's on demand with the cell phone. A person calls in,
They want something
they
now.
want something to happen now. They want to call back. Headquarters is calling you on your cell phone, and you're getting back to folks immediately. There's no going home, making all those calls at the end of the day, planning your day out. Say, I'll come see you about your raccoon and your bear problem, and planning your day out. Now it's just running around,
Yep.
handling, putting
People.
fires out.
Yep, yep.
And if you don't get to it, it seems in a few hours, then they're calling again.
Wow. So they want on-demand
Yeah.
service.
Yeah, it seems to me like that's the biggest change.
Wow.
It's technology.
Yep.
And it's been a hindrance and a help in both
Okay,
ways. I
yep.
mean, search and rescue, for instance, when I first came on, I don't think we wanted on as many because people didn't have cell phones,
Okay.
so they couldn't call for help.
All right.
So they figured it out for themselves, got themselves out of their own.
Not figuring out so much anymore.
Now they call out on their cell phone and need help.
Yep.
But with that, you've also got pretty good coordinates on
Yep.
their location. It's
Okay,
really
good.
made the search and rescue aspect of things
A lot better.
a lot easier.
Yep.
That you have at least some technology to work with, and sometimes you have to play detective, but you can figure out, you got places to start.
Yep. So over that 30 years, what's been the most radical change? Anything? The cell phone, I guess you just talked about. How about is there any change in the type of people that are using the outer doors or anything like that?
It's hard for me to remember back 30 years. But it seems like it's a lot of the same sportsmen have known their lives, and now I'm checking their kids.
Yeah, there you go.
So
The next generations. That's
it really-
awesome.
I remember I was at a kids derby here, back on the fourth Saturday in April, and I ended up talking with a guy that said, you checked me here when I was a young kid and gave me my tackle box when I won. And I'm like, oh my God. And now he's here with his young children fishing.
Wow,
So
that's
it
nice.
makes you feel old and
But rewarding.
rewarding to
Yep.
see that they're still active in it. And another rewarding thing has been to watch a couple local fellas that I've known through their high school years grow up and become conservation officers.
Awesome.
Josiah Town, who's the local CO here now. Glenn Lucas was a local
Oh,
fella
good. That's
that was,
awesome.
working up north. So to watch them grow up, wanting to do this,
Live their
job
dream.
and
Live their
and
dream.
then do that was kind of gratifying to see.
Yep, that's awesome. Well, good. Well, you've done a good job. We appreciate the hard work that you've done over the years, and we we hope that you enjoy the rest of your work until you decide to pull the plug.
Yeah, I don't know when it will be. I'm still having fun, so
Yep.
for now I'm staying.
Hey, as long as you're having
Next
fun,
one.
it
Yeah.
sure does count. Yeah,
Right.
awesome, Jim. Thank you very much.
All right.
This is wildlife biologist Eric Orr for What's Wild in New Hampshire. Thank you.
Good.
Whoop. Go on. It's not turning off. Yeah, we'll get it.